Hey everybody, this is Cody and Emily at Bonnie Acres Farm, and we're here giving you a tour of our garden here at the beginning of July 2024, just to show you what we've been working on and what we're planning for the future. So let's jump right in.
We are in Zone 5B in northern Michigan, and this is our first year ever doing a back to Eden style wood chip heavy garden because we are looking up what is the most low maintenance way to garden. Clearly, we are expecting a baby this summer, so that, yeah, I don't have time for all the weeds and all the extra watering. And so far, I'm really happy with how this is going. I really haven't been weeding at all and haven't really had to water at all either. So I'm not a big fan of growing flowers because they just always seem kind of pointless, but this year I'm trying out marigolds everywhere to help with the pests.
Including this pest here.
He's the biggest pest of all. He's honestly the worst garden cat ever. he's he's so up in my grill, but yeah. So there are some flowers in this garden this year, and I kind of like having the little pops of color around them. I'm actually a fan of it.
So
But
the marigolds help with what exactly?
they help deter some pests. I don't know how it's working.
As far like for specific plants, like you have them by the tomatoes, you have them by the
I
squash.
just put them everywhere.
Okay, I looked it up, and marigolds not only bring in pollinators, but they'll also bring in some of the bugs that you want that are predatory and will eat aphids. And certain marigolds will actually keep out nematodes and other things that will harm your root vegetables. So there's that. Okay.
But I've heard they're supposed to be good for cabbage worms. Our cabbage were like really eaten up this year, so I don't know how much that helped. But I do like having them around. I feel like they're doing something, even if they're not.
So I guess a quick thing that I'll point out is anywhere that the chips are kind of darker up here, this is where we started last year. You can kind of see the color gets a little more fresh out there. So we've expanded that way a bunch this year.
Yeah.
So you want to start with these first two rows, what we have going?
Yeah, so these I'm the most proud of because these are the Roma tomatoes that me and our daughter started in the basement this year, and we've never been able to grow anything from seed in our grow light setup except for these Roma tomatoes. This is the first time we've ever had any success. We started them too early. I didn't think they would turn out at all, and they are just thriving. They're so healthy. They're doing so good in all this mulch, and I just kind of pruned them.
So what did we do to start these rows this year? Last year we brought in some soil. This year with the Eden style, what did we do?
Yeah, this year we pretty much just covered. We had already some mulch. This is just from trees that were from an arborist for free.
Yeah, there's all of our
And
extra chips.
all of last year's old decomposing mulch, we just brushed it into the rows, put some compost in there, stirred it all up. And yeah, they're doing great. And to plant these tomatoes this year, we did what's it called? Powdered milk in the holes,
Yeah.
and that is supposed to help with blossom rot. And I don't see any blossom rot so far. So
Great.
thank you to our neighbor who told me to do that. Yeah. So something interesting was that I planted a little potato here, just the extra I had. And I noticed that all of my tomatoes, as they got closer to this potato, were looking really wimpy and lifeless, as they still pretty much are, because I recently ripped that out when I realized that they were competing for nutrients. So don't plant those two things together. And now I have a chive there, which I actually didn't even look up if that was okay to plant tomatoes, because I don't learn. But
Well,
at least know not to put potatoes there.
so some things just aren't meant to go together.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm only 4 years into gardening, and that shows in some spots of this garden. So I'm putting some cucumbers here that I've planted a few times now because the cucumber beetles have been bananas and have been destroying. Like, this is one of the original ones. And so this one I planted way after this one. And I went and got some burpless. A burpless variety is such a weird name for a vegetable, and I don't like that, but they are supposed to repel cucumber beetles a little better. And so far it's working really good.
Is that also burpless good for preventing the bitter cucumber?
Yeah, they're supposed to be non-bitter.
Okay.
So
We've had a problem with that in the past.
yeah, so I don't know if I'll go any other way now that I know that. We have a little dill in here. This is just some random flower.
These are right here?
Yeah, just
Okay.
to kind of fill the space. I put onion seeds here. Those are really wimpy, so that's not working out. But there's other spots in the garden where there are onions that are working out. So I really just tried to fill all these gaps, and some of it is going good, some that's not. Knee high by 4th of July.
Depends whose knee.
My knee are on track. Yeah, the corn didn't germinate amazingly, but this is just sweet corn. Last year we did popcorn and sweet corn next to each other, and there was I realized that corn has some sort of pollination finickiness about it. So this year I just did one variety and kept it easy. These are pea shoots. I really don't know if these are just regular old peas that we just like eat the greens from, but they taste like peas, so we kind of use this as like a salad.
Mm-hmm.
And we just come out here and just pick off the tops of them, and they're doing great, and they've lasted us a while. And there's some little volunteers in here. We had a couple volunteer squash and tomatoes. These are, what are those called? Yellow zucchinis, summer squash.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going hard on squash pest prevention this year. That's why there's tin foil, aluminum foil on the stems to prevent the squash vine borer. I'm hoping that works out because last year those things just devastated me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I come out every day and just look under all these leaves for those squash bugs that we all love so much. So yeah, so far so good on all the squash. These are some extra aromas because again, started these in the basement and I did not think they would work out at all. So I planted 1 billion of them. We have some red cabbage here. I'm really neglecting the cabbage at this point because I can't keep bugs from biting holes in them, but hoping some of them work out. At least the pigs will enjoy the cabbage this year. These are all peppers. We got these from a local, well, that's a little basil that's
basil.
You know, chugging along.
So this row, and I believe this row, was that kind of weak nursery soil we got.
Yes, we had terrible soil in those two.
This is ours, right? Our manure?
Yeah.
Or was that the manure we...
That was a different manure, and then that one.
Oh, the corn row is our manure. So that was manure. This was nursery soil. This was nursery soil.
Yeah.
This over here was manure.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And then, so yeah. We're seeing the remnants of the nursery soil, but this will build up as we keep reconstituting.
Yeah, and it's getting a lot better, especially as we're mulching. You can hear the chickens going through their nightly squawk-a-thon.
Yeah. They're saying goodnight.
Yeah, there's some like little herbs in here. This whole bed isn't like the most beautiful, but we've got some radishes going and some eggplants. This is our second succession of peas. You'll see our first one way over there. We've got some extra garlic I had that's I planted kind of in the early spring, so it's still got a ways. And more holy cabbage. Yeah, this whole bed is just kind of a mismatch of stuff. These are spring onions. This is some kind of flower that the greenhouse had for free, so
Mm-hmm.
I took it home, of course. Um,
Cabbage.
Here's our more holy cabbage. Actually, this one's looking like it's kind of coming around. It's getting ahead. So here's our second row of tomatoes, though. Right up here is more of our aromas we started, and then I get into stuff that we bought from the greenhouse. So these are called a Tiny Tim. They're like these tiny little tomato bushes, and there are some tiny little tomatoes starting on them, but they're supposed to stay really small, and I'm excited to see how those go.
So they don't crowd each other out.
Yeah, but we've got more of like indeterminate varieties here, which are the ones that get really big, and so we got cherry tomatoes and Trucker's favorite, and yeah, we'll just see what comes of all that. And then these are some more cucumbers that I'm just, I just really want cucumbers to work out. So
Last year they were good.
they were great last year, but yeah, the insects are pretty intense this year for us. So yep, we got some little eggplants here. I really thought these were dead for a while,
Springing
but they're
back.
looking okay. And cantaloupes that I keep planting. Something keeps eating them. I will keep planting them though.
It sounds like everyone in the area have been having a pretty tough time with pests this year,
Yeah.
from what we've heard from
Yeah.
Homestead friends.
But this is one of my favorite parts of the garden because it's just like so. This is where the potatoes are at, and that's what my favorite thing to grow is.
So as they say on cribs, this is where the magic happens.
This is like. So, there were some. There's all our garlic in these.
This was garlic. Now
Yeah,
it's
these
peppers.
3. So yeah, we just harvested all that, and then we just filled it with some hot peppers and some eggplants, all of which they're doing okay. There's some just volunteer tomatoes in here, but I just filled this with radishes. So you can see more radishes are coming up. This was our radish bed we've been using all summer so far, along with some carrots. I would love it if more of my carrots would work out than this, but that's another one that something's been eating.
And so these are radish that are going to seed.
Yep, so these are all going to seed, so we will try to save these seeds. And yeah, you can see the little radish. We grew these, they were called Valentine's radish, and our 4-year-old daughter just loved those because they were all Valentine's colored, and it was really fun to pick them and see what color they'd be.
There's Miss Daisy. She's due any moment.
I swear, yeah, she's just like holding it in at this point.
Give it the program, lady.
She's so pregnant. These are onions that are a little on the smaller side. More cucumbers. Again, here's some from the first time I tried planting that the insects just stunted and ruined, and then these are the ones I planted after, which are looking pretty good. So I'm feeling a little more optimistic. We met a wonderful woman who gave us these grow bags. So we just put potatoes in those pretty recently. And then here's our first succession of potatoes. These 3 boxes. I haven't seen any potato bugs, but like the signs are there.
Yeah.
All these holes. So I don't know. But these are basically at the end of their life anyway. They're going to start looking dead, and then we're going to pull them all up, and we're going to be very happy.
Yeah, we eat an inordinate amount of potatoes in our house.
Yeah. This is like it's going to be so many potatoes, but it's like not even going to scratch the surface of how many potatoes we need.
I think some of our ancestors survived the potato famine.
Yeah.
It shows.
I grew 2 little sweet potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
I really want sweet potatoes to work out for us, but I just find them so confusing.
Well,
but they're doing something, so
doing something.
we're gonna see what happens there.
That'd be our first successful sweet potato.
Yeah. This bed's a little bit of a fail. but that's
Fill
TV
or
series.
fail?
Fail.
Fail.
Yeah, there were some zinnias here that I got for free. They looked good for a little bit. These are ground cherries. I don't know what these are supposed to look like. I've always failed at those. And
We had a couple last year.
yeah, I don't understand them yet. But they're still green, they're still growing. So we have these little tiny sage plants here that kind of look like they're struggling. I'm pretty sure this bed...
Yeah, they're gardening together.
These two... they're the bane of my existence. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this bed we put like way too fresh of manure in because some of these are struggling. So, lots to learn, but overall the squash is working out pretty good in there. This cabbage is like my I don't know, pride and joy. It's doing the best. These onions are all ones that we also started in our basement.
Doing good.
They're all doing good. Peas are doing good. The kids are usually found over here eating them all. You can also find their half-eaten like pea pods just all over the place. And yet these are our piles of cardboard because this is what we used as our weed barrier under all our mulch. And it's, yeah.
Presentable.
As you can see, this garden is pretty nice and weed-free.
Yeah, we have a little
standards.
bit in here. This wasn't cardboard though. This was the contractor paper, what we started with.
Which we're realizing, yeah, that did not work as well.
So we're gonna have to go back over some spots with cardboard.
These are
Watch my video on how to start your Eden garden so that you can figure out how to get free cardboard and wood chips and all the good stuff to get it started. This is a flower bed, right?
These are perennial flowers for the pollinators. I don't know what they are. And then this is a little blackberry bush.
We'll identify them when they actually bloom.
Yeah, I'm just not a flower person. Is she gonna have... It seriously looks like something is about to come out of her.
I mean,
she's like waddling so hard.
She doesn't have a choice. It could be like right now.
Yeah. I think it's gotta be tonight. What is he
Nope, she's just going pee.
Oh, she's... the sights and sounds of our garden.
Yep.
Yep, we got more peas. This is an herb bed that's like totally taking over itself, which is fine. I don't have any other plans for this, but...
So I filmed another video of picking the oregano, the lemon balm in the middle, and this Thai basil, all of which are perennial. I have to confirm the Thai basil. It might just be a biannual, but everything else in here is perennial. And that was, yeah, we love our herbs in this house, even though one of us can't smell.
Yeah, so I don't know. I do not care. I do not know what they are. I cannot identify them, but I love, like, knowing I'm eating fresh herbs, even though they don't have a flavor to me.
They're way better fresh.
Yeah. So, these are gonna be green beans.
Yeah.
Okay, we were gifted...
These were kind of a spontaneous plant, right?
Yeah, we were gifted like a ginormous bag of these seeds, so that's why we have so many of them.
And these are like a week out we planted them?
Yeah, they're growing quick. There's already, I can see some pest damage. I don't know what's eating them. So I'm glad I planted a jillion of them, so hopefully...
So these will be a bush bean, which means they'll grow in more of like a poof of, instead of like a vine.
But I've never really grown green beans, so we'll just, this is just an experiment. But so far, looking okay.
So right here you can see I dumped a single scoop of soil. So this will be a row, and then here will be a row. We have these cold frames. You want to explain those?
Yeah, we were also gifted these recently, and I'm really excited to use them as a little mini greenhouse in the spring when we're putting out transplants, and then in the fall to extend the season a little bit. And I'm curious to try to use them on the stuff that I just can't grow because bugs keep eating them. Like, will these help?
Good pest protection.
Bugs not eat them, or will it be way too hot in there anyway during the summer. So
right now they're here.
Yeah.
The plan is when we finish the wood chips and move these out, we'll probably move them up there. That way they're closer to the house when we're early and late into our gardening.
Yeah. Some little herbs going on in here. I don't remember
Also
what they are.
gifted.
Yep.
So this is lemon balm. This is, I want to say this was oregano. Yeah, that's oregano.
Must be nice to be
Maybe
able
it's sage.
to identify them. No. It doesn't look like sage.
It's oregano.
Well, I know she gave us a mint chocolate one too, but I don't know where.
That's over by the house.
Okay. Here's our squash tunnel.
First half.
Yes. I wanted a squash tunnel really bad. And
Watch my video on how to make a squash tunnel.
yeah, I mean, nothing's been growing up it yet, but everything's still fresh and new. And if we walk through it, yeah, I mean, there's all different kinds of squash in here. I'm hoping they don't cross-pollinate with each other and make some weird mutant squash.
Or maybe we do hope that.
Yeah, I think that's what's called a gourd. Over here, this is all the manure right from by our cow barn, and it's working a lot better than some of the stuff we like saved for the garden. So
Yeah, so this manure, I just took our little garden tractor and scooped it
yeah,
and just basically scraped the paddock with our scoop.
Yeah.
And it seems to be pretty good.
and I thought it would be really weedy, but
Yeah, someone had some major doubts.
I did, and I'm admitting right now they are working really good.
I have it on the record.
And I think that covering it with the mulch has really helped with the weeds. 'Cause I really
Oh no, a ghost.
weed them at all.
Oh wait, that's just an apple tree cover because the deer
The deer bed.
love our apples.
So there's some I think I did pumpkins. Yeah, I don't totally
Yeah, there's
remember.
pumpkins right there.
Don't really remember which is which. I'm gonna find out one day. But
Zucchini.
there's zucchinis,
I think that's
pumpkins.
how we've done it. Is
Yeah.
well, especially expanding. We kind of plant a bunch and then we forget to label
I
things.
don't make signs for anything. So yeah, every day you can find me checking all of these because I'm not dealing with the squash bugs this year. I just refuse.
And so you're just checking under the leaves
Yeah.
for eggs.
They lay their eggs right in the cracks, and these make so many leaves, and you have to check every leaf because if you let one of them go, it's just madness.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, feeling optimistic about the squash this year, and we also planted some mushrooms.
Yeah, there are
Behind this
mushrooms
log, they have not started.
back here, but they've not started. We did the wine cap mushrooms.
And then here's my little asparagus. This is their first year. I'm just letting them do their thing, but I wanted a little asparagus patch over here. So really cool that they're perennial and we'll just keep growing back. And then, yeah, me and our daughter, she really wants sunflowers. I'm really trying with these sunflowers. They are just
Looks like
not.
something's coming up.
That's, I mean.
Maybe. Is this a sunflower? Someone let us
I
know.
think they're pretty stunted. They're just not doing good. And I don't know what the problem is.
It's probably because it wasn't the paddock soil.
It was just pretty much planting them straight into cow poop.
Okay.
That was probably it. And then I feel like they were all coming up, and then I think birds came and pecked the little seedlings. So I'm trying here. She really wants sunflowers. I'm trying, but I just love being out here. I think it's so beautiful. I love seeing our vision for it come together, and just growing just a ridiculous amount of food if we can.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the plan. And yeah, it's been my strategy of just staying really on top of the bugs and really on top of the weeds by mulching has made it more enjoyable than last year when I was out here being overcome by weeds and overcome by these squash bugs and annoying the crap out of you by talking about it all night long.
Yeah,
So-
I don't want to talk about it.
But yeah, this year it's been really low maintenance, and yeah, besides the couple little issues we've had, so really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And
So right now, this is it. But this, we can basically go up to the fence, accommodating for a little bit of a driving path along it. But it's angled out there, so we can really go a good 6 feet further here, but down that way we could probably go another 30 to 40 feet, just sweep it out that way and just keep adding on. And really, and I mentioned this in the herb video, there's a lot of opportunity for us to just get more dense about what we're doing.
yeah.
You know, we're really spread out right now, but we can kind of fill things in.
Oh yeah. And that was kind of my plan with some of those rows, but you just don't know like what's going to work out, what's not. And it's July 1st right now, and I feel like in the next couple weeks things are really going to get big.
Mm-hmm.
So
We've had a lot of rain.
Yeah, which has been awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching our garden tour.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you learned something along the way. We're still learning, so I think as we do this, we're learning what we're missing out on and what we need to do better to, you know, prevent pests and maybe identify things a little better. And like I mentioned, getting a little more dense about where we're planting. But it's all great fun and just awesome to have more and more things landing on our plate at the end of the day that are truly just straight from our property. So if you liked it, please like the video and subscribe and maybe leave a comment. Help us identify some of these things. And we'll do another tour probably in a month and just kind of see where things have led and changed. And of course, God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.